On to the next controversial topic. Are you still able to maintain a vegan diet? What are your thoughts about the current political situation in the U.S.? Do you guys have any plans to come back to the U.S.? Any plans of making Tyanna a big sister?
Big news!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Q&A. We are doing this very relaxed. We're in the car because it has the best audio.
No, Rhianna said that everybody does their Q&As in the car.
Because it's good audio in the car. And we have heroes. So we're going
This is what I'm excited about.
We're going to chat. I got you curry, and I got me tzatziki. So I don't know.
Do we know which one's which?
Oh, this one's tzatziki.
Nothing like eating a big, messy hero
During Q&A.
during a Q&A.
I have extra sauce.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Well, I already know the first question.
Okay.
It's not in the questions that we're answering. They're going to say, where's Tyanna?
Oh, yeah, that is
Baby
always
girl
a question.
is in school, and I just got my hair cut. What do you think? Comment down below. Look good? Look good?
It does look good.
Thank you. Tyanna is in school.
Because she has Kung Fu.
Oh, she has Kung Fu, so she's actually in school until 4 o'clock. So we're just kind of hanging out, eating some lunch. We are near a beach, but it's a little windy outside to film the Q&A, so we're going to do it in the car, which is what Rhianna wanted to do anyway.
You guys asked some really good questions this time. Let's just start out, right?
You got it ready?
Mm-hmm. So, this is the question we always get a million times right in the beginning, and it is, any plans of making Tyanna a big sister? Okay? No, we don't have plans to make Tyanna a big sister.
We were just talking about this.
I know, we're very happy as a family of 3. If you didn't know, a triangle is the strongest shape, and there's 3 of us, so triangle, we learned that, so that's been our go-to answer.
Honestly, I think we're very content with our setup. I don't feel like we're missing anything. We ask Tyanna all the time, if you guys have seen a previous video, she loves her bigger brothers and sisters here at Boundless and having friends over and stuff, but she is not too keen on sharing us. Or the whole situation, and that's fine.
So John and I actually do still want to foster, especially older kids like teenagers, because they have such a hard time finding placements. And we were actually just talking about this the other day, but we just want to wait till Tyanna's like a little bit older as well. So that's where we're at with that.
I think before we bring older kids in the house, I want Tyanna to be able to communicate a little bit better and have a better understanding of the dangers that could come with that. And we need to have the appropriate setup or housing to facilitate that. So if we were to do this back in West Virginia, of course, right now we only have a 2-bedroom, and that really wouldn't work with older kids, or at least much older kids. Now, if they were like just a little bit older than her, 6, 7, 8, whatever, that might work. But if we're going to get into double digits, we definitely need a 3rd bedroom.
Definitely. All right. Question number 2. Rhianna, did you quit your... Oh, wait.
All right, sorry.
Are you good?
Well, not really. Hold on.
Here, how about you have a napkin?
Thanks. The caffeine's hit.
You good?
I'm never good. All right, go ahead.
So the next question is, Rhianna, did you quit your nursing job? You're dropping it everywhere. You focus. This is my question.
Okay.
If you're new to our channel, I'm a CRNA, or a certified registered nurse anesthetist, which means that I have my doctorate in nurse anesthesia. I went to school for almost 8 years to get my doctorate in nurse anesthesia, and I worked from 2020 until 2024 when we started traveling. Then I took a 6-month sabbatical, but you might have noticed we're past 6 months now.
Wow, you worked a whole 4 years?
Yeah. Well, I was a nurse for 8 years before that. Okay, I've been working since I was 14. Don't play with me. I was supposed to go back in January, and we didn't go back, so I did resign from my position on good terms, but it's been almost 8 months now, and I really do miss practicing anesthesia. I think being a nurse is part of my identity. For my whole life, I wanted to be a nurse. I've been in nursing in some way, shape, or form since I was 22 or 23. And I really do miss it, so we're navigating that right now.
If you haven't already figured this out, Rhianna loves to help others and give, and her love language is acts of service, I believe. So I think that she finds the most passion and the most purpose out of life when you're giving to others and helping others. I think that's kind of been your whole life, from raising your siblings to going into nursing to eventually CRNA to fostering and adopting. We also foster animals, and you're always doing this. And so I think that you're just a good person.
Oh, thank you, babe. That was sweet. Love you too. Yep. Thank you. Okay, the next question. Favorite country that we've traveled to so far? That's a hard one. I think I know mine though.
I'll stop answering this one.
You did?
Because I think we've been to over 40 countries together. I know we've been to 29 as a family, and they all have their pros and cons. It depends on the season. It depends on what you're in the mood for. Do you want mountains or do you want beach right now? My default answer is always the Maldives, because that's where we got married, and it was a bucket list trip for us. And it felt like such a far out goal that we would never get there. Not only getting married to you there, but accomplishing that from our background. But now we've got so many better memories, or just equally as memorable as a family. This is tough.
Usually you say also Switzerland.
It might be Switzerland because we did it as a family. We did it in a camper van, which I love doing. Like every turn just got more and more beautiful. If you guys have never been, put it on your list. So yeah, I'll say Maldives and Switzerland for me.
I will say Australia. I loved Australia and I loved it just as much as I thought I would, maybe even more. And then South Africa.
Comment down below what's y'all's favorite place you've ever visited in your entire life. I'd be curious to see other people's answers.
All right. It's kind of hard to talk and eat, but this is like a popular thing, so I don't know how it's going.
Yeah,
but
this is much harder than I thought, and I think it's because of the food choice. I mean, look at this. How you want me to eat that neatly?
No, but I've seen people do it and eat wings.
Oh, that's...
Like they're in the car, like dipping wings and stuff.
They're more coordinated than we are. I can't even get it out of the wrapper.
How has your experience been with Boundless Life? So if you don't know, Boundless Life is the traveling school that Tyanna's in, and that's why we've been moving every 3 months to a new country. Boundless Life program has a school in each country, and so it keeps her on track. And when we switch countries, she stays on the same curriculum. It's been amazing. My favorite thing is that we've made like so many lifelong friends. And
we've actually built like other little families here.
Yes, that's been the best part, the community.
When we say Tyanna's big brothers and big sisters, it's not just because they're older and around her. Tyanna literally has Juliet in her iPad on FaceTime as big sister, and she calls her that. She's like, I'm gonna mess as my big sister.
It's so cute.
So it's been like really nice to like form that sense of community, that sense of family. You guys know that we don't have a huge family back home. We do love the family that we have. They're also not close. Gigi's 4 hours away, Tyler's 5-6 hours away, Nini's like 8 hours away. So we do have closer friends and stuff, but this has been the first time we really felt that sense of community, that close-knit community and like family. Tyanna can go over to their house, or they can come over to our house. They even come in the house without knocking.
Yeah.
That's like a big sign of family. And so it's been really nice for that, and I think these are relationships that we will have forever. We've already discussed when balance is over one day for all of us that we'll all do at least once a year group trips together. And also another really cool thing is we also have houses in like multiple other countries and multiple other states that we can go stay at now and visit with them. We have connections in Mexico, we have connections in Minnesota, Australia,
New Zealand.
So it's really cool.
Yeah. Poland. Everywhere. It's so awesome. All right, next question. This is a good one since we're eating. Are you still able to maintain a vegan diet when you're in countries where accessibility might not be as good? So this is a vegan hero. It's actually like vegan meat. I don't know if you can see it. There, yeah. It's a vegan meat, and they cook it like how they cook the other Slovaki meat, so it's really good. Now, I will say, we try to be vegan whenever we can, but if somebody brings us the wrong dish, and it has eggs in it or meat or whatever, especially in another country, we're not gonna waste the food. So I would rather eat the food than send it back and waste it, because I feel like that's worse, and that's not helping what we're trying to do. And then another situation where it might be tricky is if somebody invites us over to eat, and they're making us like a meal that's really important to them in their culture.
If it's cultural.
Yeah. And so we make decisions situationally based on that. We will eat honey if it's local honey, and we will eat free-range eggs if they come from a local farmer.
Yeah, and I think another thing we don't do is we don't judge others like around us. We don't ever make people feel uncomfortable or out of place, and we try not to be difficult. There's a fine line when it comes to this, and so we try to just do our best as often as possible. You guys might even notice in the last video, I took a bite of that chicken sandwich, and that's because Tyanna was super proud of making that. She was with the chef in the kitchen. She made that, worked really hard. She put it together and handed it to me, and of course I'm going to take a bite of that for baby girl. I don't want to say no, I can't eat that after she just worked so hard and was so proud to show it to me. So try to find balance in your life no matter what it is. I used to be super strict about everything. I'm pretty strict about my workout routine and my diet and being vegan and all of my work and everything that I do in life. But as the older I get, I'm just trying not to let it bother me as much if I do have the occasional slip up.
Yeah, example, if we're on a flight for 10 hours and they forgot to order our vegan meals and all they have is a vegetarian meal. We used to not eat for 10 hours and obviously we'd let Tyanna eat, but now if they serve us a vegetarian meal, what's the point of telling them to go throw it away just because it's not all vegan?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. If you're vegan, let us know your thoughts below. I know this is a controversial topic. On to the next controversial topic. What are your thoughts about the current political situation in the U.S.?
You got to ask that question.
I have to. I think it'd be weird if we didn't ask it, considering everything that's going on, right?
I'm going to fill my mouth up with this, but I don't have to answer.
Shambles. Absolute shambles over there. We don't agree with the political situation in the U.S. We're sad to see it. We're sad with all the disruptive and bad changes that are happening. And I think it's just so complicated because honestly, when everything was going on, we didn't really agree with either side.
I think that it's probably pretty obvious watching us which way we probably lean. You know, we're pretty open-minded, very open to change. We're very want to help everyone, or understand why you would want to try to help everyone, the people that are in need. I will say that far leaning right for me, in my opinion, is probably the least likely for me to get along with. I can have a conversation with everybody, but we're probably just not going to hang out on a regular basis because we're not going to see eye to eye on much. No offense. Love you if you're a follower. I appreciate your support. And this is the beauty about it too. This is what we forget. We don't have to agree on these things to still have conversations and still hear out the other side and have other opinions. In fact, great discourse is how you move forward. Discourse, not arguments. There's a difference. But everything that's going on right now, it's just, I want to be honest with you guys, other countries kind of just watch us like reality TV. And not only can they not believe it, it's almost funny to them.
Yeah, it's like comical because it's so outrageous.
It can be embarrassing being an American and visiting other countries right now and asking them what they think or trying to have a conversation with them about what's going on because, I don't know. I don't want to stay on the subject too long. We're not saying it because we're scared of losing followers. We're not scared of like being open about this. I just feel like it doesn't have any positive effect to say which side you're on.
No, I don't agree 100% with either side. And I also think the far right and the far left can both be so outrageous. Like, too bad there's not a middle, is it?
Well, there used to be.
Doesn't seem like there is.
Yeah, I don't know. Not my favorite question. Not my favorite thing to talk about unless we're super close, just because it's just a sensitive topic. We'll just move on.
Does Tyanna still have a relationship with her birth mother? Do you still have an open adoption? Yes, Tyanna and us, we have a great relationship with Shantasia, Tyanna's birth mother, or tummy mommy. Some people also asked, what does Tyanna call her? So Tyanna calls her tummy mama.
That offended somebody. But I don't understand why.
Shantasia and Tyanna came up with that together, so it's not like we're saying it in a rude way. She calls her tummy mommy or Tasia, like Shantasia,
yeah,
or just whatever she's like.
They still FaceTime. It's really cute when they FaceTime. Yeah. I love watching it, their interaction, and they have like a lot of fun together. So Tyanna loves I think they FaceTime on Facebook, and you can play games, and they play these games back and forth. They both get into it. They're a little competitive, and it's super cute to watch and let them have that interaction. Obviously, when we are back in the States, they're gonna hang out and we'll visit, and future can only tell what that blossoms into, but that will be kind of up to them. We, of course, will moderate it and just make sure everything's going fine.
We'll be the guides.
Yeah, we will be, as we are, Tyanna's parents, and that still happens.
Yes, and I was looking for the next question because your answer was perfect.
This thing needs a sunroof. I'm hot.
Is it hot? You want to put your window
just
down
for a second? Oh, hold on. I just got cracked. Oh, God,
oh, you wouldn't leave it down.
You think so?
Yeah.
Even better.
It was hot. I feel it
I was getting stuffy. And I gave up eating that.
Where'd you put it?
On the floor. People are going to be judging me like, why can't he eat right? I promise you, it's the sandwich, not me.
Oh. Oopsie. I dropped it.
It's impossible to eat that without it going everywhere. I'm going to eat it in peace later, have it all messy and all over my face and shirt, and like enjoy it. That's how I like to enjoy my food, not with 100,000 people judging me.
The next question is, have you guys experienced racism abroad with our like family dynamics?
I don't think we've experienced favoritism, which is a form we've learned of racism. So when they favor Tyanna or bring her gifts or let her go first in line or take lots of pictures with her, we've experienced that and had to learn about that. But I don't think we have yet to experience
blatant racism.
I think that there's been a few times where we question it because, of course, we're on high alert. We're always looking out for that. And again, we completely understand that we're white and we're blind to a lot of it. And so we are trying our best. Actually, we were just discussing the other day because this came up and it was going viral, but somebody had used the N-word. And I think we had a discussion with ourselves that we don't think Tyanna knows that word and probably has not ever heard it, at least not around us, unless accidentally in a song or something. And obviously, it wouldn't even register for her. So I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Like maybe this is something we should be teaching her about already at the age of 6, what that word is and what it means, why it is offensive. And I don't know. You guys can help down below. Let us know if you are black, if we should be having that conversation, because I don't know.
She does know what racism is. Like, we talked to her about that, and she understands what that is. And some people also asked, like, if we taught her black history. She's been learning black history throughout her life. So she knows, like, who's Martin Luther King, who is Ruby Bridges. Like,
she had the best answer the other night when I said, as you get older, kids are going to start maybe being a little bit more mean. Just say things, like, without a filter, and they start to notice things a little bit more. So, of course, with Tyanna's speech, I always want her to be cognizant of that and that people might say something to her or because of her skin color or because of her curly hair. And I think that was the 3 examples I gave. And she goes, I know, Daddy. And I said, oh, what do you know? And she says, if they're mean or say anything like that, I just say, whatever. I said, that's perfect, baby girl. It's okay if it hurts your feelings, but don't give them the power of them thinking that really hurts your feelings, and just move on, play with somebody else, and go tell an adult or us as your parents and let us help you get through that. I don't know. I thought it was a perfect answer.
That was, because we tell her when people are mean, just be like, whatever, and walk away, so that you're not just trying to go after somebody who doesn't want to reciprocate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Should we do a face check really quick? Am I good?
Oh, you can't wipe that off. How about me?
Good.
Good.
Okay. I finished mine.
Did you? That's impressive.
I know.
I should have known you weren't going to let yours go uneaten.
Next question. How does Tyanna do with changing schools and countries? She does great with it. She's very adaptable, very flexible. She gets excited to go to a new place and a new school. Sometimes she does get a little nervous, like right in the beginning, which I think is completely normal, but she doesn't complain about it or have anything negative to say.
If you're new here, this will be a new answer, but if not, you've heard it before, she is very adaptable. We literally hit the lottery as a family, and the fact that we all enjoy this like travel and adapt to change so easy. We understand that some families can't do this because some kids can't do this. Look, every kid's different, but we were meant to be. And the fact that Tyanna loves doing this so much. Does she miss home sometimes? Yes, but I think anybody would. But other than that, she can just literally, we could pick up today, go to another country, and she would kind of get back in the swing of things with the occasional bad day that any 6-year-old's going to have. But I think that some kids and some adults just miss home too much. They miss having continuous familiarity and routine. And so we just build our routine where we go. And I don't know, it just worked out so great.
How do you feel that Tiana's learning is progressing? Do you feel she's on track?
I'm more worried about this than Rhianna. I don't need her to like show off the charts genius level skills, right? Actually, I'm not really big on like college or anything like that. But I do want her to be like on par with the other kids her age. And this is my reason. Again, I think I've told you guys, but I was bullied a lot as a kid. I was too small. I lived in a trailer park. I had things that weren't working in my favor that gave people ammo to come at me. I worry for that for Tyanna. She's going to have the interracial family thing, or their parents being white. That's going to be a thing for some kids. She does have the speech issues that she's working on and continuing to get better, but it does exist. The color of her skin, her hair texture, the fact that she wears glasses now. I want to do as much as I possibly can for my daughter to deter those things. I won't be able to deter all of them, and she needs some of those to learn life lessons and learn how to deal with conflict. And so I think the more that we can do for her to keep her on par with her peers, the more confident she will be going into new schooling, going into the next grade, getting around new people, introducing herself, being confident on stage. These are all things that I would like for her to develop and be confident in. And I think that makes for a better childhood all the way around. So yes, I always think we could be doing a better job in the education, a better job with her speech therapy, and just better as parents altogether. I'm always thinking that.
I think she's on par with kids her age. We do reviews every month or every other month. All her teachers say she's on par, and she also has a math and a reading tutor outside of Boundless Life. Her tutors say she's on par, and we're working on getting her in a specialized speech therapy program right now for her specific issue. So,
can we talk on the speech therapy for a second?
Yeah.
I know it's like, I'm sure there's a question in there about speech therapy.
Well, yeah, does Tyanna still get speech therapy?
Okay, perfect. We'll roll with that. Does Tyanna still get speech therapy? Yes, at home with us, and we're currently looking online. So full disclosure here, she did not qualify at the age of 2. So we did not get her in speech therapy right away. And then we continued to notice that there might be some issues there. So then we had to go out of our way to put her in speech therapy in West Virginia. And then she kind of tested out of that one, and we thought that she could still use additional help, so we had put her in another one. I don't know if you guys remember, but she was actually going to 2 different speech therapists at the same time. Remember, the schooling would not qualify her. We could not get her into speech therapy.
They said she speaks too well, so
yes.
She's not allowed to have speech
so
therapy.
So that might be just a West Virginia thing, or the standards might be higher or lower, whatever it is, we could not get her to qualify. So we had to seek that out. And then she graduated from both of those speech therapists, and we thought, okay, from here, we could probably just work with her ourselves. It would just get better, and it has. She has gotten so much better, but we can still see her, and you guys can see it too, continue to struggle with some pronunciation and some mechanical issues. And so we're always working with her. So now we are back in the swing of things of like, okay, we need to get her additional help with this as well, and just keep helping her as she gets older. Yes, it will most likely work itself out, but we don't want to look back and say that we didn't do as much possible. So we are on top of it. We are trying our best. Full disclosure here, finding a speech therapist is not the easiest thing in the world, okay?
No,
a lot of them aren't got to be licensed in your specific state. Even if they are licensed in your specific state, maybe they have a wait list. So we are currently looking for that. If you or anybody you know does online speech therapy and you have years of experience and you are able to do this remotely through West Virginia or even in person in West Virginia, comment down below or just leave your email and we will reach out to you because we are currently looking for that.
Do you guys have any plans to come back to the U.S.? This is actually a recent development in our
Big
life
news.
trajectory. So we will be back in the U.S. in West Virginia in the beginning of April.
Yeah, we've been in Greece for 2 months.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go to Montenegro for the next cohort with Boundless. There was nothing wrong. We're not leaving for any reason because something's wrong or the matter. We just did pros and cons of each. We were only supposed to be gone originally for like 4 or 5 months. Now we're going on 8 months. And so things are building up a little bit back home. We probably should have put better like systems in place for our mail. We haven't checked on our rentals in a long time. Our own house, we heard there's a small leak downstairs. Our car hasn't started in like 6 months. So there's just some things that we need to go back home for and address. Also, we're having the issues with trying to find Tyanna, the speech therapist, on the go. So we just felt more of a pull for right now to go back home for a little bit, take a little break from the permanent travel, reorganize, get our stuff together, and then figure out what we're going to do going forward. There's a lot of discussions of what we're going to do going forward. One of the things is possibly moving to Atlanta. So we're just going to throw it out here. None of this is set in stone, and our mind can change in the next hour. But we want to put Tyanna around more diversity if we can, and in better schools and with better opportunities, more tools and resources at our disposal, like a speech therapist on demand that there's probably 1,000 in Atlanta, where there might be 15 in our state in West Virginia.
Yeah, there's a lot of demand and not enough resources in West Virginia, and we have the ability to move. So we've been talking recently about moving.
And Tyanna really wants to foster animals again.
Yes.
We try to do that in every place that we've been so far. It's not as easy. But yeah, I just want to reiterate that nothing's wrong. We're not going home because we miss home or because we don't like Boundless or didn't want to go to Montenegro. In fact, we're kind of having second thoughts.
We're like, we definitely have FOMO, and we're like really sad to part with our group before the full 9 months is over, or the full year of travel with them. So yeah, the next question is like, what is your plan for the next year, or like for first grade? So I'm just gonna kind of tail end the previous question. We're trying to figure that out right now. We're trying to decide if we're gonna homeschool and then do tutors and like more intensive speech therapy. We're also thinking about putting her in Montessori or a Waldorf school so that she'll still have like the community environment.
You're probably seeing a theme here. Tyanna comes first.
Yeah.
So whatever move we make going forward, it will be with Tyanna's best interest in mind. This worked for us for this year, and we've all had a blast. But for Tyanna's sake, we just need to make the best moves possible for her. And so we are just weighing all the pros and cons of all these decisions. Tyanna's actually involved in these conversations, even though that she's 6, and we absolutely need to make the best decision for her. We want her to have some input, and so we have these discussions with her.
So if you live in Atlanta, let us know below your thoughts.
Well, they're gonna be like, come here.
Specifically looking at like the Cobb County area, like around Kennesaw, Marietta, like northwest Atlanta.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Our last choice, though, just to be clear here, our last choice is public school for Tyanna. It's just a decision for us and our family and how we operate, and still love to travel. And we know she loves to travel and believe that it's good for her. We truly believe these experiences are like way better than a textbook. This is our opinion. And we are very fortunate to be in a position to provide her with that. So we don't want to be limited to how much we can travel in a year. And public school is very limiting in that particular.
Yeah, they have like state requirements and rules. So it's out of their hands at that point. So that is why we're looking at like private school options.
Yes.
The next question is, I read it so I remember, is are you going to keep traveling? I don't think we'll ever stop traveling. Now we're really thinking about not traveling full time and maybe spending like 6 months at home and like 6 months traveling. We want to have a home base. We've realized that we want to be able to like go back to our home base.
We've even considered going to Atlanta because we want to buy a house and have like a bigger house than we currently have.
And like maybe a pool for Tyanna.
And like for our YouTube direction. Fun fact, you guys like when we're at home hanging out more than we are traveling, based on our views.
Yes.
So I think you guys do love both, especially like our OG fans, and we appreciate all that support. But based on the views, based on the feedback, you guys like our day in the life cooking home videos.
Let's make apple pie video did better than all the like really crazy travel videos that I thought would do so good. And honestly, I love the baking videos, so I'm like thrilled about that.
Yeah, that's the last motivator for us. Like how many views we get is the last motivator, but it is another factor because we work really hard on making these videos and the editing and all the things that go into that. You know, being a YouTuber is a full-time job, and so it's not easy for us to do this all the time. And we do it, one, because we actually do enjoy it and documenting this and having to look back on this. I always say we're gonna have the best home video archive ever. Not only do we enjoy it, but we appreciate you guys, and we know you guys follow us and put a lot of time and energy into us as well, and we like to keep you guys updated. But we want to give you the things you want to see, as long as we enjoy making that, and you do enjoy the baking videos.
They're my favorite.
So we like to have a house with a bigger kitchen where we could film that more. But these are just ideas. Again, our next Q&A, we might be sitting in Japan. You never know with us.
No,
Yeah.
you don't really. But we don't make quick decisions, so we're very strategic, I believe. No matter where you go, nothing's perfect.
Yeah.
And there's
grass is
problems.
always greener. Yeah.
Yeah, grass is always greener is a real thing.
Yes.
So the next question is, as Tyanna gets older, will you let her have more of a role in her YouTube videos? If she wants, yeah, that'd be great. Like, she's actually really excited about the cooking series. We're gonna film another one shortly. So she loves like making the cooking videos.
Egypt was the first time she took the camera and had her mic her up and did her little montage. She's made a lot of home videos that you guys will never see.
She loves to do dancing videos, like memorizing a dance or a song and then dancing like in front of the camera.
She's usually not appropriately dressed.
Yeah.
For these videos, they're super
it's like
cute.
Nighttime.
Yes, family will see it, but that's it. But we would never put anything out there that like that. But anyway, naturally, if she evolves into wanting to be more on camera and hold the camera more and do more of the filming, she's fully allowed to do that, but we will never make her.
And if she wakes up one day and says, I don't want our life online and I don't want to film anymore, we'll make a video saying goodbye, we love you, and make our channel private. That's always a possibility as well. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty cut and dry for us. Like, we have a hard line there. Okay. Would you guys ever do an ancestry test? This is funny because we've said this in a video before.
You know, I was really against it because some of the comments
and this video was actually sponsored by... No,
I'm not against it. I used to be fully against it, but then I realized somebody had a great point. It's like, your DNA is everywhere anyway. Like, if people want to get access to your DNA, they can. I think we'll have a deeper discussion around this, but I think it'd be really cool and maybe even helpful for Tyanna. I understand the downsides, but I think that doesn't concern me as much as the possible upsides for Tyanna to understand more of where she came from and possible connections to more and more family for her. For me, that's cool if I find that, but I would really love that for her.
Yeah.
And I think the earlier she figures that out and makes those connections, the better. So I'm going to do a little bit more research, but I think that I'm more open to it than I was.
Yes, I agree. I feel like it would be really cool because I know my history, like Syrian, Lebanese, and Polish, but I don't know all the ins and outs of
what
it.
if I'm African American?
You are a percent.
Yeah, for sure. But like, I'm talking like, what if I'm like 85%? You don't know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe.
I'm so white, I'm see-through.
Inside.
Yeah, on the inside, yeah.
All right, next question. Heather said, when are you moving here? Because my best friend from childhood lives in Atlanta. Like,
Atlanta has some upsides, but it is hot.
You made it through Bali. I think you can make it through Atlanta.
We got out of Bali because it was 2 hours. We were ready to leave.
Mark and Claire said, will you please move to Jacksonville?
Yeah, so
Florida
Jacksonville is on the list as well.
Okay. Oh, this is a good one.
Okay.
We haven't answered in a really long time, and this will be the last one. Tips for new foster parents. This is a good one. I really like this question because I feel like this is how we started out, and we don't talk about it all the time because we're like past that stage in our life. So top 3 things. Number 1 is get attached. Don't try to not get attached. It's impossible to not get attached. To be healthy for the child, you need to be attached and love them and be there.
I think that's great advice because most people say don't get attached.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually is healthier because a good quote is, it's better to have loved and to have lost than to never loved at all. You know that quote?
Yeah.
So something like, I think that goes along with that. And I think if you try to like distance yourself, the kid probably will feel that. So yeah, remember, you're doing this for the kid, not for you. So if you get your feelings hurt, that is actually just part of helping. And the kid, most likely, if they're in this situation, is going through some rough feelings, and that should take precedence over how you might feel.
Yes, you're doing this for the child, not for yourself. And obviously nothing is altruistic, so there is a component of why you're doing it for yourself as well, but the child's feelings, and that always needs to come first. And then number 3 would be...
Don't be afraid to ask for help, especially if the child is a different race or comes from a different culture than you, because you just don't know what you don't know. We had to learn so much. We're still learning. We thought we knew some things and then we were wrong on those, and we had to like really open our minds, which good for us that we were already like that, but we had to learn so much about how to raise Tyanna. And we still continue to learn today, but don't be afraid to ask for help and take all criticism. Some people are just being mean, whatever, but if they're giving criticism, sometimes they're just trying to help and they don't know how to do that appropriately. But just hear them out and then just take it with a grain of salt. And if you think, hey, that actually is a good point, then you can apply it. If not, just ignore it, but just hear others out. So we actually learned some things from really mean comments,
Or people in the grocery store who came up to us in like a not so friendly way, but it was out of like love for Tyanna, if that makes sense, because they're like, I don't care if this is awkward.
I can go to the store with a bad hair day, but I can't take Tyanna to the store with a bad hair day. There's no such thing as a bad hair day, unless again you want to be open to comments and suggestions, unsolicited ones. So that's just something we had to learn. And that's okay. Ask for help.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts?
No, I just think that I want to put out like a job proposal.
What?
Yeah, it's a job proposal.
Oh gosh.
I would love for somebody that is qualified in speech therapy, teaching kids up to grade 5, willing to travel, willing to possibly move from your current location, and be able to help out occasionally, just with general things, okay? Just like almost like an assistant role. If you're looking for a job.
Did you just make a job
Yeah,
posting
I'm making a job
without
posting.
my approval?
Yeah, no, we would like this.
Okay.
If you qualify in all 4 or 5 of those things, let us know.
Oh, even better if you live in Atlanta, because then we might just go ahead.
Again,
onto
either
Atlanta.
live in one of the places that we're going to close by or be willing to relocate. This could be a possible job opening. We can't do it right now because we have a 2-bedroom house back in West Virginia, but possibly in the future.
But if they live close by, then they don't need to live with you. Oh, there's a tractor.
That's a big one.
Okay, one second. Okay.
All right, well, another Q&A in the books. I still haven't finished this.
Why
And
didn't you
look,
finish it?
look at
Oh my
it.
god, you just really threw it on the floor.
Yeah, because there's no way. They're not judging me on camera.
Okay, so exciting stuff. Gigi is coming next week. We're very excited for that. And
then Uncle Tyler.
is coming the week after, so we have some visitors.
We haven't told them yet that we're going home.
Yeah, we did.
Does Gigi know?
Oh, no, not Gigi. I thought you meant them.
No, we didn't tell.
Okay.
So they're coming all the way to Greece to see us, and we were scared that if we told them we were going back to West Virginia, they might cancel the trip because they're coming here to see us, and we want them to experience Greece, so we didn't tell them, so they're going to come, and then we're going to tell
And we
them.
literally just decided like 2 days ago.
Yeah, that's true, too. So anyway, we got some travel plans coming up. We are going on the way back to West Virginia. We're going through London.
Yep.
If anybody in London follows us and sees us, say hi. Always come up to us and say hi. We love that. Yeah, that's one more thing I wanted to address. Why we don't do meetups.
Oh, okay. Mhm.
Safety.
We love
It's
talking
safety.
to you guys.
Yeah, we love talking to you and just chatting, chit-chatting. But we don't plan meetups because it just could be dangerous. There's some weirdos out there. Yeah. Maybe one day. One day we'll do like a planned scheduled meetup in like a public area in safety.
But it's not weird if you see us out in public and you come say hi and take a picture.
Always
with
say
us.
hi. We just met
love
someone
it.
else at the airport the other day and was like super nervous. Like, I didn't want to bother you. You're not bothering us. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate your support. We love you. With that said, we could make this video go forever. Thank you so much. As always, guys, remember to like and subscribe. It really helps us out. Another thing you guys could really do is put the notification bell on so when we launch a new video, you get notified. And remember to always explore kindly, treat others with kindness and respect, do your best, don't be too hard on yourself. We love you, and we'll see you in the next video.
And you'll be the first to know whatever we decide.
See you later.
Bye. All right, you guys asked some... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Who's going to go first?
Yeah, go first. If you're new to our channel, I'm a CRNA, a certified registered nurse, and...
You even know what you are?
Nope, not interested, especially in your creepy husband.
Is that the full comment?
Weirdest dad ever, hashtag creepiest dad ever.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm going to call her out. Thank you, Kristen.
Christina Kelly.
Nope, not interested, especially you creepy husband. Weirdest dad ever.
You guys, so you know,
Thank you.
This is why it takes me a minute to go through because there's some wild people on the internet.
Weirdest dad ever. We did it in the car like Rhianna asked. We did the Q&A in the car. Make sure. They already do that enough of that.
Oh, you should
I got called.
Oh,
Got the mic.
babe. You should,
Hold on, you can't talk yet.
Okay.